is Ryan again, and I wanted to make a video explaining the well-rounded Ryan part of wellroundedryan.com. And I say it briefly in one of my videos when I kind of explain like a different blog I make, but there's like so much more to it. Like when I was thinking of like, what am I going to call this stuff? Like when that hit, I was like, that's it. So a big thing with me is I really, really, not like hate, but disagree with the feeling or the idea of being put in a box. And it doesn't mean like I don't understand why a blog on a certain topic might be good, or why doing a YouTube channel specifically on a certain topic can be beneficial. But for me, it's more important, that the things that I put out there just reflect me as a person, because that's kind of the point of doing these videos, is giving me an outlet to express myself on different topics and to work through different problems and just to talk about things that I care about, because I mean that's really what it's about, right? Yeah. And I did try to do a couple different blogs like on specific topics in the past, and I would always get like a lot, like all these moments like, man, I really want to talk about this, but that doesn't fit in with the theme of the blog. So I was like, eventually I would kind of get annoyed and I would lose traction on it because I couldn't really do what I wanted to do. So that's one piece of it, and that's what I've explained before in the past. But the other part of it is the whole identity and being put in a box part of it. It's like a good place to start. I want to talk about being a mother. A lot of times when you become a mother, the world expects you to accept being a mother as being your identity. And if you're someone who doesn't just take on the whole mom identity 100%, you're almost looked at as like, you're not like a super mom, or you're not like a really good involved mom. And that's just not true. And growing up, almost all the moms I knew were moms. That was their identity. And it's not like they didn't have other things, but if they did, I didn't know it because they didn't highlight those things. And when I became a parent, one of the things that I knew was so important to me was to not just be mom. I want my daughter to see me, yes, I'm her mother, and I take care of a lot of the stuff at home, and I take my mom role so seriously and do my very best at it that I can. But I don't want her to see like I'm just a mom. I just cook and clean and take care of you. And sometimes even when a mom is a working mom, like the work is downplayed. Like, I have to do this, but I want to be here. And that's probably true. But at least, especially with, like I said, a lot of the moms that I saw growing up, it was like mom was what you were. And as a kid, that's who I saw them as. That was mom, that was grandma, that was an aunt, that was that was them. That was their job. And they didn't show much else. And I really wanted that to be different when I had children. So it was very important for me for my daughter to see me going out with my friends and exploring so many different hobbies and doing what I'm interested in, and talking to her about that and sharing my goals and dreams with her and sharing my successes with her with these things other than me being a mom. I'm always going to be there as mom, and she can see that without me drilling it into her, because yeah, I do take it very seriously and I'm there, but I want her to see me be passionate about personal development and passionate about my job and passionate about, the world, and passionate about exploring all the different interests that I have. And it's a little weird when it comes to that. There's a book that struck me pretty much. It's about being a scanner. And that's something I could totally relate to. It's like where you constantly have different interests. You know, you pick up a hobby and you do it for a while and you become proficient, you know, and then it's like, bam, got that skill done. Let's learn another one. And I've done that my whole life, and definitely the whole time I've had my daughter. But the point being, I don't like to be identified as just this. You know, there was a lot of, like with um, not spiritual worldview kind of things, a lot of people will like just identify as like, I'm a Christian or I'm an atheist or I'm this. And it's like, that's such a small piece of who I am. So yes, that's something I believe in, but I don't want that to be all people see me as. I don't want people just to see me as a mother. I don't want people just to see me as what I do for work. I don't want people just to see me for a single hobby that I do, because I think everybody is so much more well-rounded than that. And then so when I thought of that for the name of the blog, I was like, that's so perfect. And then of course the other part is that I was working on, I am working on getting healthier and losing weight and stuff. So it kind of had like a double meaning there in terms of, getting my body in shape, being well-rounded, kind of thing. So I thought it was kind of cute. But yeah, so I get that some people might be like, oh, well, I want to watch videos on this one thing that you saw, but when I watch the next video, it's about something completely different. And unfortunately, that's kind of the way it's going to be. I mean, if that's not something that you're cool with, because that's what I do this for. It's about expressing all the things that are important to me. And that's going to change from day to day and week to week and month to month and year to year, because I am constantly changing and constantly evolving. And so are most other people. And I want to be real about that. I don't want to create this false persona of this person who exists, who is like an expert in something, or who's perfect in this topic, or who completely identifies by these shit things that happen to them, because despite all of that, there's so much more going on in here. And I just thought it was worth giving a further explanation about all of that. And I appreciate it when I see other people doing the same thing. So, I'd like to think that other people can be like, yeah, heck yeah, be all of what you are, not just one thing that you are. You aren't just a feminist. You're not just a Democrat or Republican. You're not just a Christian or an atheist. You're not just a mother or a working woman. You're not just this or that, or we're all so much more complex than that. And I think it's important to enjoy and own and be proud of all the pieces of you. So hopefully that's conveyed in the course of this. But if it's not naturally, then I wanted to at least put this out there for that reason. And that's why I am happy to be well-rounded Ryan here online.